Good morning. Welcome to Daily Reflection with Aneel Aranha. Today is the 24th of March, 2018. And we're reflecting on John chapter 11, verses 45 to 56. Many of the Jews, therefore, who had come with Mary and had seen what Jesus did, believed in him. But some of them went to the Pharisees and told them what he had done. So the chief priests and the Pharisees called a meeting of the council and said, "What are we to do? This man is performing many signs. If we let him go on like this, everyone will believe in him, and the Romans will come and destroy both our holy place and our nation." But one of them, Caiaphas, who was high priest that year, said to them, "You know nothing at all. You do not understand that it is better for you to have one man die for the people than to have the whole nation destroyed." He did not say this on his own, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that Jesus was about to die for the nation, and not for the nation only, but to gather into one the dispersed children of God. So from that day on, they planned to put him to death. Jesus, therefore, no longer walked about openly among the Jews, but went from there to a town called Ephraim, in the region near the wilderness, and he remained there with the disciples. Now the Passover of the Jews was near, and many went up from the country to Jerusalem before the Passover to purify themselves. They were looking for Jesus and were asking one another as they stood in the temple, "What do you think? Surely he will not come to the festival, will he?" Now the chief priests and the Pharisees had given orders that anyone who knew where Jesus was should let them know so that they might arrest him. The Gospel of the Lord. This episode takes place immediately after Jesus brings Lazarus back from the dead. If you recall, Lazarus was the brother of Mary and Martha. The family was very close to Jesus. When Lazarus became sick, the sisters sent word to Jesus, but by the time he arrived, Lazarus had been dead for 4 days already. But Jesus brought Lazarus back to life in dramatic fashion. If I had seen a miracle like this and heard all that Jesus said, I would have immediately prostrated myself before him and worshipped him as God. I mean, who can bring the dead back to life except he who gave life? But it seems like even miracles like this don't impact people. They go seeking somebody else's opinion. And whose? Those who hate Jesus, those who have an agenda of their own. And what do you expect them to do? Oh, they begin to get worried. This man has been turning water into wine. He's been healing the sick. He's been driving out demons. He's been multiplying fish and loaves. He's been walking on water. And now he's bringing people back from the dead. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. We have to kill him before he draws everybody to him. And here we see the contrast between Jesus and the Pharisees. Jesus wants to give life. The latter want to take life. Who do you believe is right? It is a serious question, and you will see why in a moment. Jesus, you say, right answer. It is the right answer, but how do you do things? Do you give life or do you take it? Do you build or do you destroy? Before you say that you give life, before you say you build, just take a quick look at your relationships, perhaps with your spouse or your children. Are the words that you speak to them words of life or are they words of death? Do they build your family up or do they take them down? If we are true followers of Christ, we should be nurturing and nourishing people, and we will be blessed when we are, not just by God, but by the people too. So, what do you say? Let's be life givers. God bless you.